Hello everyone, welcome to our computer network series. I'm Revati, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Information Technology from SNS College of Technology. And today we are going to understand a very important application layer protocol, that is HTTP, expanded as Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Now, before we go to the definition, let me ask one question. Imagine you are opening a Google website or Amazon or YouTube. How does your browser talk with you? Without this protocol, we can't communicate with the browsers or any platforms like YouTube and Amazon, Flipkart. So today, let's understand about HTTP in detailed manner using design thinking approach. Actually, the design thinking is having five phases. Already we know that: empathize, define, ideate, prototyping, and testing. First phase is empathize phase. First, let us empathize. Imagine this situation. You are speaking in Tamil and other persons how understand only English. What happens? Confusions, right? The same problem happens between the browser and the server. That means browser means user and the web server. Browser sends a request and server sends a response to the request to the user. If there is no common language, data transfer will get fails. The common language on the web is HTTP. It avoids confusions and ensures clear communication between the user and the web server. The next phase is the define phase. In this, we can understand the need of HTTP. Now, let us define the problem. Without HTTP, browser don't know the how to give request to the data from the server. Then server don't know how to respond to the user, depends on the request. So users face delay, errors, and confusions. So the problem statement is users need a standardized protocol so that browsers and servers can communicate efficiently, and the solution is the HTTP protocol. The protocol is the set of rules for communication. The next phase of design thinking phase is ideate. How do we design HTTP? HTTP works using a request response model or a client server based model. So here the client sends an HTTP request to the server and the server processing on the request. So server sends an HTTP response for the user. It depends on the user request. It is very simple, no extra complexity. This design makes HTTP easy to use, fast, and scalable. The next phase of design thinking is prototyping. When you type your URL, you just take your Google or anything, any searching platforms or search engines. HTTP creates the request, the transport layer carries it. The network layer will find the best route for to reaching the server. Then server processing it, and HTTP response comes back to the user. The browser display the web page. So HTTP acts like manager, and it coordinating all the requests and also the whole communication. The next phase of design thinking is testing. How do how the data can travel through the network. Now let us test our idea. What actually happens? Browser sends a request in the form, they are using get request, and server receives the get request from the client or browser. Then server sends an HTTP response to the user. Browser reads renders the web pages, depends on the request which they give to the server. This process happens in milliseconds, but without HTTP, the web simply cannot work. The next we will see about real world scenario. Let's connect to a real world example. When you log on to the website, HTTP treats every request as a new one. It does not remember past requests which was given by the user. This is stateless nature of HTTP. Here we are also facing some challenges, that is session management. Here there is no session management between the user and the web browsers. Here the solution will be we can use cookies, sessions or tokens to overcome the challenge which was I mentioned above. So HTTP is simple, but we need additional mechanisms to handle user identity. Let's then finally we can move on to the conclusion. To conclude, HTTP is a backbone of the web. It enables client server communication. It is simple, fast, and standardized protocol. Then without HTTP, the websites cannot function properly. So next you open a web page, remember HTTP is silently working behind you for any successful search. Then this will gives the overall summary of today's video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.